Hey guys, hope you're having a great day. It's Tuesday, and I wanted to just hop on and talk about something that really resonates with me right now because it's all about women over 45, and I am a woman over 45. And I got to tell you, the majority of my clients are women over 45, and I am seeing this everywhere, and I wanted to talk about it because it's so cool and so inspiring to me, and I wanted to encourage you. So if you are a woman and you are over 45 or even in early 40s, but you're hitting that time of life where maybe your kids are getting older, maybe you have been working the same job for a while and you're feeling restless. I wanted to just talk a little bit about what's going on and why this age, this time of our lives is the best time to start something new, to start something big and bold. And this is actually based on an article I read from the Huffington Post. So I can't take credit for all of this. But what I wanted to do is take what I read because it inspired me so much, and I wanted to convey it to you. Because, like I said, we are everywhere these days. And look at J-Lo at the Super Bowl. 50 is not like our grandma's 50, right? We are big, bold, badass women, and it's time to start living like it. So here's the thing, at this age, a lot of the time we realize that we have dreams that we have never addressed. We have a lot of dreams that maybe we had when we were younger or throughout our lives, and we never did anything with them because we were too busy raising kids, or we were too busy at our job, or whatever, and they were never addressed. And at this time of life, it starts to come back in your face, and it starts to come back for a reason. And that is a very interesting reason. And this is something from Dr. Christiane Northrup, who's the gold standard of wisdom on menopause. She wrote the book Wisdom of Menopause, and she talks about this age for women, our hormones begin to shift and change. And actually what happens is we come to a place where we are more motivated by the demands of our souls than by the demands of society. And I don't know about you, but I grew up a good girl trying to do all the right things and be the right person and blah, blah, blah. And then I got to this place where I was like, you know what? My soul is saying no to that. My soul wants to be free. My soul wants to say fuck if I want to say fuck. And I started becoming more motivated by the demands of my soul. And that's when those dreams come off the shelf and you go, hey, this might not make sense to my brain or to society, but it makes sense to my soul. And I think I'd like to do something about that. And so that's why it's such an exciting time, as we really break free from a lot of constraints of how we were raised and our social conditioning, and we start to say fuck it to all of that, and we start to think about what would it be like if I actually pursued that dream that I've been thinking about my whole life, or what would happen if I actually did what made me happy instead of doing what was expected of me or what I think I should do. And we start to transition into this exciting place where we might have more financial freedom, we might have more time available to us because the kids are older or whatever. And we start to think about, what if I took that dream off the shelf and I actually did something about it, right? That's what I've done. Like 7 years ago, I took my coach's training because I was in that place of like, I am done living a small life. I want more. And so I started moving forwards, and now it's just like, I'm so happy I did that and so excited because it's such a fun journey, and I feel like I'm just growing every day. So this is definitely the time of life where you need to start paying attention to your soul. What is your soul saying? What are the dreams that have been on the shelf, and what are you going to do about it? So in this article that I mentioned, there's 3 types of women in this age group, 40, 45 plus. And the 3 excuses that we make for not pursuing our dreams. I thought it was really interesting, so I want to share it with you. The first group of women are the retirement pushers. You're the ones who've had a career or a job for 20 years or more, and you have been in that and you're on the path to retirement. So you think it's foolish to give up on that to go pursue your dream. So you're just like hanging in there, you're gritting your teeth, and you are like counting down the days to retirement. But look, you might have another 20 years to go before you get there? And then by the time you retire, are you going to have the energy to pursue that dream? So that's one of the big excuses that women have for not going for their dreams, is the retirement push. The second one is the I'm just a mom. So that's the other big excuse that keeps women stuck. You know, I got married at 20 and I had my first kid by 25, and I didn't get a degree and I didn't have a career. And so for me, I'm just a mom was a huge excuse for me, because that's what I did. I stayed home and raised 3 children, and I did a great job of it and I loved it. But it really also gave me a limiting belief of, that's all I know how to do. How am I going to pursue my dreams? I don't have a degree. I don't have all this training. I didn't have a career. And that's one that can keep a lot of women stuck once they get to that place where the kids are getting a little older and they don't need us as much anymore. It's really easy to be like, well, I'm just a mom, so, you know, what can I do? And it's bullshit. But it is an area where women get stuck. And then the third one is the shadow dancers. And I thought this category was really interesting. So the shadow dancers are women who had dreams in their 20s. Maybe you, in your 20s, maybe you wanted to be a writer, or maybe you wanted to be a singer, or maybe you wanted to travel the world, or whatever. You had these big, exciting dreams in your 20s, but you didn't do anything about it because you felt like it was irresponsible. And so you chose a sensible path instead. You chose maybe what your parents told you should do, or what your school told you should do. So you went to business school, or you became an accountant, or whatever, and you chose something sensible that felt safer. And now you're going, man, I hate what I do, and I wish I had done that thing in my 20s that I always wanted to do. So that's that other category where that dream is just kind of died on the shelf, and you're, you know, sitting in an office watching YouTube videos about people who are doing your dream, but you're feeling stuck. So those are the 3 categories that women get stuck in. And at this age, it's time to like call yourself out on your own bullshit and go, okay, that's an excuse. And then the other thing that was cool in the article is they said, like, about why women this age are the perfect age to become an entrepreneur. And one of them is we have wisdom, right? We have all this life experience. We don't only have knowledge, we have experience. And so we know how to combine knowledge with experience, and that's wisdom. So we are good at, you know, using knowledge to figure shit out. And so that's one of them. Another one is we know how to negotiate. So like, look, if you are a woman over 45 and you've had kids, or you've been in a marriage, or you've been in a job, you know how to negotiate with your husband. You know how to negotiate with a toddler. You know how to negotiate with a teenager. You know how to negotiate with a plumber. You know how to negotiate with a realtor. Like, you've had to get shit done. And you've got really good negotiating skills. Even if you don't think you do, you do. And running a business, that comes in super handy. We know how to talk to people and get what we want in a way that doesn't make them feel crappy. And number 3, we're effective. We know how to conquer tasks in the middle of still figuring it out, right? So it's like we've had to have lots of opportunities in our life of like, I don't know how this is going to happen, but it has to get done, and so I'm going to figure it out as I go. That's an amazing skill. Number 4, okay, we don't take ourselves too seriously at this age, right? Like, we've had life. There's a lot under the belt. There's a lot of water under that bridge. And I don't know about you, but by this time in my life, I really don't take myself seriously. Life is fun, and it's meant to be fun. And like, it's okay to fail, and it's okay to make mistakes. It's not all about like needing to be perfect and all that crap that we feel when we're younger. And number 5, we're resilient. We've been through the shit, right? We've been through the stuff. We've had the heartbreaks, the heartaches. We've had the losses. Maybe we've had financial struggles. Maybe we've had death. Maybe we've had divorce. There's been a lot of stuff that we've had to deal with, and we learn how to be resilient and to, you know, get through life in a way that we learn a lot when we go through suffering. And so if you've done your inner work in that area, you have a lot of resilience, and it takes resilience to go for your dreams. So I thought that was a cool article. I wanted to share it with you. And if you're watching this video and you are a woman who is in that age category, and I don't care how old you are, it's never too late to start. And I don't know if you've heard of Gary Vee, but he had a video where he talked about people over 40 who want to become entrepreneurs and start a business. One of their main arguments about why they can't is because they don't know technology. And he said, you know what? That's bullshit. You learned how to drive a car. If you can learn how to drive a car, you can learn how to use Instagram. It's an excuse that's kept us stuck because we're intimidated by like the millennials who grew up with technology, but it's a skill that can be learned. I had to learn it. I'm still learning it, but it's doable. And don't let that stop you from pursuing your dream. So I wanted to encourage you with that. If you're one of my women over 45 and you want to pursue a dream, I want you to know that you can do it and that you need to do it. Your soul is telling you to do it. And if you don't, you will spend the rest of your life regretting it. And don't do that. Just don't. So dream big. And I'd like to hear from you. Tell me in the comments, do you have some dreams you want to bring off the shelf? And what are they? And what if you actually just let yourself do that and give yourself permission to dream big? What would you want to do? And if that dream is to build an online business, I am here for you. And I have my own package and systems that I have learned from working with other coaches and created for myself that is designed for women in our age group who aren't super techie, that it's not overwhelming and it's easy and it's fun. And if that's something you're interested in, send me a private message and I would love to chat with you and talk to you about how we can make that dream a reality, because it's your time to have what you want. So that being said, I'm going to go. Tell me in the comments what you think, what your dreams are, what you want for your life, if this resonates with you. And I will talk to you soon. Bye.